You are looking at the LA Chargers offense, and what you see there is green is free agents, the orange yellow is rookies. And so you kind of see how this roster has filled out suddenly under Jim Harbaugh when it looks so bleak there for a minute when your best players leaving. It's like, oh my gosh, you're not really signing anybody. But the next thing you know, look at this offense and it's not terrible. And we're going to look at how after the draft, so the Chargers did so well drafting just this first draft in the rebuild. They did it the right way. And then the second thing is undrafted free agents. We don't spend a lot of time on that. I don't think you want to live and die and put your hopes and dreams on undrafted free agents, but there's some depth pieces and some like, hey, that would be really nice. And there's positions, certain positions that can really help you. And I think the Chargers might have found a starting caliber, literal starting caliber tight end. And we're going to look at that guy here. But if you're new to the channel, we're Detroit Lions fans, but we have this channel all about the LA Chargers. And this is day 2. If you watched yesterday's video, this is now day 2 where I think I'm just going to say it in every video where I'm hoping somebody notices us out in LA or out in Southern California, anywhere in California, never been. And they're like, man, there's this YouTubers. They're Detroit Lions fans. They live in Michigan, but we should invite them out to Southern California. It's going to happen. I just know it. And when it does, I'll make sure to tell you, okay, here's what we got. You got this all of a sudden looking really good. And we'll go through this, but Joe Alt fills in at right tackle. You've got Lad McConkey comes in. Now we've got wide receiver depth, Brendan Rice, Cornelius Johnson. There's depth here that, it just is filling in really nice. But at tight end, if you look, you got Will Dissly at tight end. I mean, okay. Hayden Hurst, okay. And you get to the end, all the way to the end, and you got Zach Hines in here. And so here's what I like about this guy. Now, I dug this up from an NFL draft profile. And of course, South Dakota State, the Jackrabbits, 6'6" tight end. And here's some highlights for you on this guy. He's was Tucker Kraft's teammate who went to the Green Bay Packers in 2022. Hines received the team's effort award in several games and was named the 2023 All-Missouri Valley Football second team. He lacks pure athleticism, but he compensates for it with his size and physicality. Shocker, right? Jim Harbaugh. Blocking, strong at the point of attack. His presence on the field provides quarterbacks with an elite catch radius and underneath threat while working the extension off the line of scrimmage. So he's not afraid to kind of split out a little bit. So he's a long strider who gains ground quickly. He has fluid hips. He can navigate the middle of the field. He's a pass protector and run blocker. He's strong at the point of attack. He's tough, a tough player who played through a broken foot in the FCS National Championship game. And then in 2024, versus drafted tight ends, his career yards per reception would rank 8th. So out of guys that were drafted, he would rank 8th. His NFL comparison is Cole Kmet. Okay. And so this is before he's drafted. They said he'd go in round 7. Well, he didn't get drafted, and he gets scooped up right away by the Chargers. Cole Kmet, I mean, so you in order to find and rebuild your team, which the Chargers are trying to do, there's no question, you have to find one or two of these just never saw it coming type guys. So could he be it? I don't know. But you need one of these guys to pop. An undrafted tight end, Cornelius Johnson, who you took in the 6th, 7th round, whatever. You need Junior Colson to be who we hoped he can be in the 3rd round, right? You need Joe Alt to be just an absolute stud, plug and play, done, forget about it. Next 10 years, tackle. That stuff just has to happen. And you just feel so good about it. There's no I don't know. I don't know if Joe Alt can do it. It's yeah, he's golden. Junior Colson is an absolute beast, was a beast for the Michigan Wolverines in the middle of their defense for the last 3 years. They were the best defense in the country. I don't know. He's probably going to work. Right. So you go around and look at all these pieces. And that's why I pulled up the offensive depth chart. You can even go to the defensive side and really get just as excited. Defensively, Junior Colson, plug and play. Cam Hart, boom. Akeem Dent, safety. I mean, look at all these rookies that you've got depth now. Now, let's not kid ourselves. You've got 11 people on offense, 11 people on defense. You go too deep, now you're at 44, right? So you're 11, 22, 44. You got a specialty guys. So a lot of these guys aren't going to make the team, but you've added the competition that you were hoping for in the draft with 9 or 10 picks, another 21 undrafted free agents. I haven't seen that many undrafted free agents go to any other team. I'm sure it's out there a little bit, but we've highlighted on this channel. You got another tight end in Luke Benson coming out of Georgia Tech. Carson Barnhart is going to make the team at guard. He played 30 career starts at every position on the line except center at Michigan. I think he had, 3 years there, 2 or 3 years, stepped in, plug and play on the best offensive line in the country. The last 3 years, he was all over that offensive line. Doesn't get drafted, and he goes to the Chargers. I love that, and he was one of my favorite players. We looked at Patrick Willis. Okay. Tyler Smith, Western Carolina, 6'8". We talked about him a little bit in a couple other videos. And then Bucky Williams, we did a video on him. 6'3", 353 career starts at left and right guard. One of these guys is going to make the team. Undrafted free agent, going to make the team and be a really big piece for the Chargers. So to just kind of recap, and I kind of flew through it. I probably should take more time, but it's fine. Offense, defense, depth chart, all of a sudden you look at it and you're not as terrified. In fact, you're like, you pair that roster with Jim Harbaugh, who instantly turns teams, like, I'm just making up numbers, but let's say the Chargers are, and you can't even measure this, but 10% more physical, 10% more disciplined. I guess you could measure that in penalties and just big plays, giving up big plays, like literally penalties that you commit and big plays given up. If the Chargers commit, or that delta changes 10%, you're 10% better. You're going to win 2 more games just right away. So, and that's what Jim Harbaugh does. He plays football in a boring. The word boring is the wrong word because you win. So you're just like, this is the greatest thing ever. I'm not bored at all. We're up 21-17 in the fourth quarter and we have the ball and we're running it and we're milking the clock out and we're going to win the game. Like, that's the type of football that Jim Harbaugh is going to bring. So you pair him with the roster that you have. And it's like, I'm not too nervous at all. I'm actually kind of getting excited for the Chargers. This is crazy. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Chargers are a team that's going to look so different than they have in the past. And then Justin Herbert's going to look so different too, because he's got a run game, solid defense, play hard, play together. I mean, look at the energy and the difference in the draft room. Jim Harbaugh's singing the Michigan fight song. Nobody knows it. No one's joining him. It's fine. It's fine. I knew it and was joining along with you, Jim. But different energy. Just talks to the guys with just authority and just like, let's go. We doing this or what? And they're like, yeah, we are doing this, Jim. They're like, let's go. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and we'll see all of you on the next one.